Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Hashtag Aspect-Oriented Programming, AOP, in Java. Aspect-Oriented Programming, AOP, is a programming paradigm that aims to increase modularity by allowing the separation of cross-cutting concerns. A cross-cutting concern is a concern that affects multiple modules and can include logging, security, error handling, and transaction management. In Java, AOP is often implemented using the Spring framework, which provides a powerful AOP module that allows you to define aspects and apply them to your application. Hashtag Key concepts in AOP. 1. Aspect, a module that encapsulates a cross-cutting concern. In Spring, an aspect is defined using the @aspect annotation. 2. Join point, a point in the execution of the program, such as a method call or an exception thrown, where an aspect can be applied. 3. Advice, the action taken by an aspect at a particular join point. There are several types of advice. Before, runs before a join point. After, runs after a join point. After returning, runs after a join point and only if it completes successfully. After throwing, runs if a join point throws an exception. Around, wraps a join point, allowing you to perform operations before and after the join point. 4. Point cut, an expression that selects join points where advice should be applied. Point cuts can be defined using annotations or through AspectJ expressions. Hashtag setting up AOP in a Java project. To demonstrate AOP in Java, we'll create a simple Spring Boot application. Hashtag Step 1, create a Spring Boot project. You can create a Spring Boot application using Spring Initializr, https://start.spring.io, with the following dependencies. Spring Web. Spring AOP. Hashtag Step 2, create the application structure. 1. Main application class, this is the entry point for your Spring Boot application. 2. Service class, this is the class where we will apply AOP. 3. Aspect class, this is where we define our AOP logic. Hashtag Step 3, running the application. You can test this application by calling the user service methods from a REST controller or directly in your main method. Here's a simple example of using a REST controller. Hashtag Step 4, running the application. 1. Run your Spring Boot application. 2. Use a tool like Postman or curl to test the endpoints. To get a user, get http://localhost 8080/users/123. To create a user, post http://localhost 8080/users/ with body name, John Doe. Hashtag example output. When you make requests to these endpoints, you will see logs generated by the logging aspect in the console. Hashtag conclusion. This tutorial introduced you to aspect-oriented programming in Java using the Spring framework. By defining aspects, you can effectively manage cross-cutting concerns like logging, security, and error handling in a modular way, leading to cleaner and more maintainable code.